Hello everyone, I am the Canadian Gaming Penguin. I'm here in Limsa, and I'm going to be doing the Moonfire Faire Summer Shark Blowout event that started today, August 12th, 2020, and continues on until August 26th, 2020. I am currently in the Limsa upper decks, as you can see over here, as where the event usually begins, as in the Moonfire event. And I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. So we have Moyaru, Moonfire Faire Chaperone, with a quest here, and as you can see, we are getting a flame dance emote this time around. A fish too far. Moyaru's beaming smile is betrayed by a hint of desperation in his eyes. Ah, you've come. There are but two constants in summer, sweltering heat and brave adventurers, and the Moonfire Faire cannot well begin in earnest until both have arrived. The sweat on my brow and your sure stride tell me that finally that time is here. But first, it seems we have an uninvited guest on the shores of Costa del Sol that is causing chaos and alarm among our celebrations. If reports from the Fishermen's Guild are to be believed, a gargantuan man-eating shark has been terrorizing the coast, gnashing its teeth and threatening to devour revelers whole. Needless to say, this has put something of a damper on our otherwise rousing event. For a mercy, no one has yet come to harm, but I fear it is only a matter of time before the shark must sate its appetite. We must nip this problem in the bud before tragedy strikes. While the members of our committee are doing their utmost to find a solution, a pair of capable hands could only speed things along. Harmaga, chief chaperone of the festivities, is standing by in Costa del Sol, eager to greet any potential volunteers. And that is our cue to go to Costa del Sol, and because we can do so, we can now actually fly our way there. And once here, we will see there are tons of people. And we see Harmaga over here, whom we need to speak to. Harmaga. No, not the Chocobo. Harmaga. Well, the savior of the summer has arrived. I was afraid we'd have to pack up for safer shores, but now that the true apex predator has arrived, I believe we can stay readily put. Although I've yet to see it with my own eyes, there have been disturbing reports of an enormous shark lurking in the waters nearby. The Adventurers Guild takes these reports seriously. Our guests' safety comes first and foremost. Culling fiends is our bread and butter, and now it's time to show our mettle. Master Gigaruju means to protect his stake in the festival as well, and as we speak is assembling an elite team of shark hunters. They should be here soon, but I'd appreciate if you'd keep a lookout with me in the meantime. 2 pairs of eyes are better than 1 after all. The first victim. I mean... Shark! Shark! Run for your lives! Hey, wait just a bleedin' minute. You don't mean to face that beast all by your lonesome, do you? I'm not exactly dressed for combat here. It's bite or be bitten. Why do you think I came all this way? Why do you think I came all this way? Ha! Spoken like a seasoned adventurer, but you're as foolish as you are daring if you think I'm letting you risk life and limb needlessly. Stay your weapon! Reckless heroics will only serve to incite the monster. Well, looks like you'll have to share the glory today. The certified shark hunters are here. Thresi, at your service. In years past, the Cascaders were formed to quench the Bombard's fiery rage, and in that same spirit, the Bombarders have assembled to send this new threat back to the depths. We will see safety return to our beaches. Baco has been recruited to lend his expertise. Knowledge, skill, expertise. Baco knows a thing or two about explosions. Ha ha, hee hee ha ha. The Bombardiers, eh? I wish the guild would have mentioned they were handing over the torch. Ah, but the guild wasn't involved in our inception. The Bombardiers owe their existence solely to Master Gigaruju. He could not afford to wait for someone else's solution, but he could afford to make his own. This shark is unlike any I have seen in my long years of research. Judging from my analysis of its movements and behaviors, it means to leave its watery home and encroach upon these very shores. Why the hells would it do that? That much remains a mystery. The beast's final destination is impossible to discern, but we would be fools to let it run amok. However, it seems to have no interest in attacking us. Yet, if we were to engage it directly, however, it may gain a taste for blood, and there is no telling how many innocent lives would be lost before its appetite was sated. If we are to coax it back whence it came, it must be done without spilling blood. And that is where our kobold friend comes in. In exchange for some rare alchemical supplies, he has offered to share with us his clan's methods for creating the selfsame bombs which so often threatened our realm in summers past. Yes, Bago treats his bombs most lovingly, most protectively, but Bago loves shiny materials just as much, materials which were promised, sworn, pledged, promised. You must also promise not to tell the other kobolds that Bago shares his secrets. If they were to find out, Bago would never hear the end of their grumblings, complaints, moans, grumblings. Yes, indeed. Thanks to Bago's cooperation, we have managed to create our own bombards, which should explode with enough force to disabuse this shark of any notions of coming further inland. Have you lost your bloody minds? The realm almost burned on account of those demons, and now you're using them as toys? We must use the knowledge gleaned from conflicts past to see us safely through those to come. Don't you agree, adventurer? If you would offer your aid to our cause, me and the other bombarders would gladly welcome you among our ranks. Splendid! Any adventurer brave enough to draw their weapon against such an overwhelming foe is sure to be a formidable ally. Our operation will begin soon. Speak with me when you are ready. Just saying, I also really like the music in the background. It was also unexpected. Jerry here. I suppose you are curious about the garments I'm wearing. Well, in due time, I promise. Bombardier researcher. Hee hee ha 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 ha. The realm will be saved by a shower of flames. Rassy. Greetings. I take it your preparations? I take it your preparations are complete. Then let's get right to it. The first obstacle we had to overcome was the matter of how to manipulate the bombard without also putting ourselves in danger, and for that we once again found inspiration in bygone days. Perhaps you have heard of the bomb dance. It is a tradition that originated in the Far East, performed during the summer. It is also said to have the power to influence the bombards themselves. I asked Bago if his creation could be trained to respond to the movements and rhythm of such a dance. He assured me most emphatically that they could, and considering the nature of the threat before us, suggested we use a dance even more explosive than the bomb dance. Jiriri put forth one of her favorites, traditional steps performed by the Lollafels of the Southern Isles. Jiriri, if you will. Of course, if it pleases you, allow me to perform the flame dance, taught to me by my grandmother. Jerry tells me the dance's purpose is twofold. Not only did it spur the warriors of the Isles to action, but it was said to mollify the savage spirits slumbering within the volcanic mountains overshadowing the villages. Amazing! Astounding! Amazing! Such powerful movements would set the iciest hearts ablaze. Bago shudders to think how it might inflame his little bombs. Considering the complexity of these steps, it may behoove you to first practice with a smaller specimen. 'Twould be a shame if our noble endeavor was cut short by a premature detonation. When again the shark emerges to wreak havoc, we will send forth one of our bombards. Their flames will need some encouragement at first, so dance thusly to enkindle them. Continue the dance and the bombard will be set ablaze, hopefully making it a match for that shark. If the creature's flames should begin to fade, however, then perform these steps to restore their vibrancy. As simple as that, and now we play the waiting game. Stay vigilant, and the moment you see even a fin emerge from the waters, brace yourself and we shall begin at once. There is much at stake, but I believe we are more than up for the task. Join the Fate Bombard vs. Shark, which will appear in the southeastern region of the fairgrounds, and make careful use of the flame dance to lead the bombard to victory over the shark. Pay close attention to the bombard's health and use both forms of the flame dance to empower it to drive its foe back to the ocean floor. The steps may seem intimidating at first, but I'm certain you'll master them in no time at all. You'll have to, if we're to have any hope of salvaging summer. Leave it to me. Jariri. To think that a humble Olaphalan dance might play a role in saving summer. Master Gigaruja will be overjoyed to hear the news, assuming her plan goes off without a hitch, that is. Bombardier research. Look at her, so fiery, blazing, flamey, fiery. She is Bagu's bride, and her explosion will be one for the songs. Hee hee ha ha ha. Cressy. I must see that the other bombardiers are carrying out their duties. We must work flawlessly if we are to succeed. So, as you can see on the minimap there, we need to head over into this direction. And it doesn't look like there's anybody there right now, but as we get closer, they're definitely going to appear. And the only reason why there's that is because there's so many people behind us. So yeah, as you can see, there is a lot of people over here. And apparently a T-Rex. And a cat. And, oh, that's a sheep, my bad. And, a pig, and a very fat chicken. So anyway, so while we're waiting around here, we'll actually see NPCs somewhere over here. In the meantime, let's enjoy the fireworks here. Aha, so here's the NPCs that I was referring to. You see there's a couple splashing here, and two more over there, and a few over here. And after a while, you will see that over there. Is that a shark? Everyone, run to safety! Run faster! Come, someone! Whoa! And then we'll see the bombardier over there. Our moment has come. Summon the bombard. A raging inferno is at our beck and call. Burn! Burn! Race adventurers can kindle the flames of the bombard with your dance. And so with this, you have to remember to sync to the fate. You'll have that option as soon as this gets closer to the bombard here. Right now, join Fate, and then you'll see your hotbar down here changes to two different dances. This one is to enkindle the flame, the bombard, so you want to get the bombard as big as possible, and you don't have to worry about overdoing it, and also dodge the AOs, as per usual. You won't have to worry about using this too much, because it'll interrupt it if it's at the maximum already. In addition, you'll see the second dance will be to actually heal, in a sense. Fills a bombard with vim and vigor, aka heal it. See, and right there it interrupted the flame dance there. And I'm going to use the one to heal it. So each fate will give you 15 event tokens, which we will see eventually. It will take a while for the event, and I'll also be showing the rewards that you can get from it eventually, after as well. And so in order to get one of each item that there is, you'll actually need to participate in the fates 3 times in total, for a total of 45 tokens. And otherwise you can break down, so there's a gear set which you may have already seen on the special event page for this event that Square Enix has on their website, and I will have a link to that in the description below. They show that there is gear that we can get, a special outfit, kind of what the Lullafell was wearing earlier. To get one, you need to exchange 5 of the event currency token thingies that you get from the fates, and then exchange that obviously with the vendor that we will be able to interact in a while. We can't right now because we actually have to participate in the event, which makes sense. But anyways, so those are 5 apiece, and there is 5 of them, so that's 25 token thingies. And then there's 5 for an outdoor furnishing, and then there's 8 for the seasonal miscellaneous items, so that's your kind of little fireworky cracker things and such. So in total, if you want the gear, you need 25. For the outdoor furnishing, you obviously need just the 5. And for the seasonal miscellaneous, so those firework type things, you will need 8 for an 8 of the tokens that you get from the fates, and you will get a stack of 10 for each of the things that you exchange 1 token for. So I'll explain that again once we get to that part of this event. So in total, you will need 45, or I mean, you will need 38 tokens, which you can't get out of 2 fates, so in order to get one of each of everything, you'll need to do 3 fates. We are almost done with this fate here, as you can see the progress bar over there. And you see with that, it is done, so then we can follow along over here. Don't let up, the monster's not long for this fight. Get back, explosion in a minute. As you can see, the bombard is ginormous, and you don't actually have to run, it's not going to hurt you at all. And it scares the thing away, I guess. And you have the bombard here. Anyway, so that actually completes the fate. And as I mentioned, you'll need to do it at least 5 times, at least 3 times. You'll have to do it at least 3 times if you want to get one of each of everything. Or you'll just need to do it twice if you just want the gear and the outdoor furnishing, because that's only a total of 30. And obviously you'll need to do it more if you want more than one of each of everything. Anyways, so as you can see here, the Moonfire Faire vendor, apologies, but we're still making preparations. That is because we haven't turned in this quest, and once we turn in this quest, we still can't interact with that because there's another little quest afterwards. You crazy jerks really went and did it. You put on a show I could see from here, and with a burning passion. I could feel right down to the cockles of my heart. We could not have done it without Celebrian. I dare say the Bombardiers have not only carried the torch of their predecessor, but have set it ablaze with a flame that will burn forevermore. Bago's bomb went forth with such courage, such grace. Bago must work day and night to make another that will outshine her blaze of glory. I don't know about all that, but it's plain to see that your efforts have brought peace back to the shores of Costa del Sol. Seems we won't be cancelling this year's Moonfire Faire after all. Such is the case as always. And yet there are many questions left unanswered. How did the shark develop legs and hands, and for what purpose did it come ashore? Ah, shark! 1,000 apologies, lass. I didn't mean to give you such a fright. This little bugger can scurry off quicker than a chocobo when it gets a mind to it. Gets it a mind to? I think I misread that. Anyway, Captain Forescale, what brings you here? And what brings that? My little friend here roams wheresoever the winds carry him. Isn't he just the cutest? A face you could kiss, if it weren't covered in scales, that is, and he's got the heart of an adventurer. He flopped onto the deck of the Endeavour during one of our ocean fishing voyages, and it was love at first sight. We've been fast friends ever since. I could ask for no better a shipmate on the high seas, and I reckon the feeling is mutual. Well then, I'd best head back to the ship. A navigator awaits for no man or shark. Now, if I had the minion, I would have summoned it for the start of this event, but I don't. You don't think... What if that big fish was here looking for that little fish? Quite impossible. What would be the chances of that? Besides, even if it were the case, that tiny critter seemed to be quite content at the Captain Forescale's side. I suppose it matters not. By our deeds, the Moonfire Faire has been saved, and we can return to the festivities. So bright, so violent, Bago's little bomb. Bago will never forget you. Yes, you should rightly be proud of her contribution. Any road, I shall report back to Master Gegaruju at once. Doubtless he will jump with joy at the news of her victory. Everything's wrapped up in a neat little package, eh? No way these unresolved questions will come back and bite us in the arse. Well, if they do, I hope you can remember the steps of that to that dance. Yep, it definitely won't. Nope, definitely won't come back to bite us at all. A fish too far, and so with that we get the flame dance emote. You have learned the emote flame dance. And as you can see, there is another quest there, and as I said before, we cannot actually interact with the vendor here. Hermaga here, flame on. Hermaga has a message for you from the host of the festivities. Excellent job scaring away the man-eating shark friend, although I suppose we didn't actually witness it eating anything, man or otherwise. Any road, I reckon as long as we have those bombards at our disposal, we can breathe easy for the time being. By the way, Master Gegaruju sends his regards. Seems he's quite eager to learn more about the flame dance, and has given you the honor of an audience. Might be best to go speak with him now. He's not known to enjoy waiting around. No, but there's a few words that I could say that would make him be more patient. Anyway, so I'll hippity-hop my way over that way, and that's of course over here. And as mentioned before, we can fly! And of course, Gegaruju is right here. Gegaruju. Ah, the woman of the hour arrives at last. Chiriri was just now regaling me the tale of your bravery and grace, a tale which I now see contains no exaggerations. Everyone in Costa del Sol, myself included, owes you a debt of gratitude. I understand it was quite the display. Indeed, Celebrian would have been Celebrian would have been right at home dancing along with my grandmother. She guided the bombard to an effortless victory over that vicious beast. Ah yes, the dance. A most curious thing. Jiriri has been serving me for longer than I can remember, yet I have just recently learned of it. Just how long have you been keeping this a secret? He had only ever viewed it as a provincial tradition, not something that would pique your refined sensibilities, and certainly not something on which lives would hinge. My grandmother told me that the flame dance began as a way to quell the fiery rage of the goddess who slumbered in the mountains of the southern isles. It served not only as a form of protection over time, now steps were added to stoke the spirit of warriors soon to depart to battle. Given those origins, it seemed the perfect fit for this unique problem we faced. Grace meets tradition. I dare say it embodies the spirit of Costadal's soul. You simply must perform it for me, perhaps along with some of the other dancers. Yes, with the graceful and the lithe ones. I should very much like to yeah. Same old with him. And then he's his weird self, as usual, again. It seems Master Gegaruju has a keen interest in the flame dance. I suppose it would be only fitting to let you do the honors. Rest assured, your services will be well compensated. Will you oblige us? Leave it to me, I guess. Excellent. In that case, I shall see to the necessary preparations at once. In the meantime, recruit as many dancers as are willing, and I'm sure in no time we'll have an entourage that will please. And I'm sure in no time we'll have an entourage that will please this most demanding of audiences. Yes, he is pretty picky. And with that, I will hop back onto my mount, as it turns out to be this one this time. And you will see on the minimap in the moment that we need to head back over here, and there will be a few people that we need to speak to. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. Wouden Foyn and Hidolana. So, you're the woman Haramaga has been gushing about with good reason. From how he tells it, you're gushing about, and with good reason. From how he tells it, you single-handedly drove that ill-mannered predator back to the depths where it belongs. Your heroics bring me back to the days of the Cascadiers. As I butcher the names more. When we drove back the Bombard menace by the skin of our teeth, what a reversal that this year our former foes would play a part in our salvation. Say again, you want to teach me this flame dance? Well, I suppose one of the chaperones of the festivities, I should know the steps by which that we were saved. Wouldn't you agree, Badafoin? Beautiful. So we obviously show them the dance. Now that's a dance, graceful yet powerful, and refined yet torrid. It is summer-embodied. Its simplicity belies the power of its motions. I must admit, I'm somewhat hesitant to perform such a dance in front of Master Gegaruju, but as long as I'm not alone, I'm sure I'll overcome my stage fright. But first, we must practice. And we'll continue on over here, and we will meet with Rafu Tia and Ramaja, his sister. Rafu Tia. Celebrity, good to see you. I've heard the stories of your battle with the shark. I wish we had been there to cheer you on. Did you hear that? She's teaching the dance to one and all. It doesn't matter if we miss the epic battle. We can scare the shark off ourselves next time it shows its most afflicted snout. Did you see that? Did you? I think I've memorized it. Oh, I dare another overgrown fish to try and ruin our fun. Stay here while I practice. Oh, wait, hold on. Doesn't it make sense to just both stay there to practice, you know? Hey, it's the Nimbus. I mean... Anyhow, and then we have this group of dancers over here, bronze-skinned beauty. Oh, it's you. I heard tell you put on a performance so fiery it scared away a shark as large as a house. Master Gegaruju wishes us to learn the dance. Of course it would be our pleasure. It may very well come in handy this next time he's in one of his moods. My word, the steps are most elegant in their simplicity, but the movements are as fierce as a raging inferno. Truly, it is a dance for the season. Now everyone, let's practice until we get it right. Master Kikuruju will accept nothing less than perfection. And with that, we need to... Well, we don't have to fly over here, but I'm going to head over here because we have the quest to turn in over here to Jiri. I never imagined so many would be so eager to learn the flame dance. Thank you. If only my grandmother were here to see this, I have no doubt it would bring a smile to her face. While even a single dancer can make a strong impression compared to a group performing in unison, they are as a candle before a blazing bonfire. I have arranged matching attire for each of you, that your fire might burn ever brighter. Once you've dressed for the occasion, meet us on the beach and we shall usher in the arrival of peace to the Moonfire Faire. Finally, the moment is at hand. I pray this dance is every bit as invigorating as I've been led to believe. Through the power of dance, you have restored peace and quietude to the shores of Costa del Sol. If aught appears to threaten this hard-won serenity once more, use the flame dance to send the menace scurrying back to its lair. You may now purchase wares from the Moonfire Faire vendor. Participate in the fete appearing in the southeastern region of the fairgrounds to earn vouchers that can be exchanged for goods. And that obviously completes, and we get some experience as well as some gil. And of course we get an achievement. Smile, you son of a... blank. I'm very curious as to why that is the name, of all things. I shudder to think of a summer without the Moonfire Faire, and thanks to your efforts I no longer have to. Costa del Sol is in your debt, adventurer. So if we go interact with the Moonfire Faire over here, Moonfire Faire vendor over here, we will see we have a Summer Flame hat, Summer Flame top, Summer Flame wrist torque, this is the hands thing, a Summer Flame parillo, I'm butchering names, and a Summer Flame sandals, and then there is this water bomb stand, which you will actually see that's this thing right here, and it's in a few different places around here. And then we also have the seasonal miscellanea, and this is what I meant. So as you can see, the items required is fair voucher. We need 5 for each of the gear, 5 for the water bomb stand, and then 1 for each of the 8 different seasonal miscellanea item things. And so, as I mentioned before, if you want 1 of each thing, you will need 38 vouchers in total, which means you'll need to participate in the fete 3 times, as each fete gives you 15 of the vouchers per fete. Anyway, so that is actually it for this event. I will obviously be participating in the fete a few more times. Oh, I guess I can't hop up there. Okay, I will just stand here instead. And you can enjoy the sunset and sunrise and the fireworks as well, which, mentioning, I will have a video with just the fireworks that you can enjoy yourselves. And I will probably not have the music around with this. I'll probably be sitting somewhere where it may just be your regular quietness as if you were participating in a fireworks display or show on a normal day. Anyway, that is it for this video. If you like this video, please hit that like button, and please consider subscribing if you'd like to see more videos like this in the future. That's it for this one. Thanks for watching!